Hello and welcome to DD India. You're watching Express News, a program where we bring you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. Prime Minister Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam of Mauritius called on India's President Draupadi Murmu on Tuesday. Both leaders agreed that the relations between the two countries are unique, rooted in our shared history, language, culture and values. Mauritius Prime Minister Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam, who is on a visit to India, met the 15th Vice President of India, C.P. Radhakrishnan, in New Delhi on Tuesday. Earlier in the day, on his last day in India, the Mauritius Prime Minister also paid floral tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Rajghat in New Delhi. He also paid tribute to former Prime Minister of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, at his memorial Sadaiv Atal. US Assistant Trade Representative Brendan Lynch arrived in India late Monday night for a crucial round of trade talks with his Rajesh Agrawal, India's Chief Trade Negotiator and Special Secretary in the Commerce Department. On the invitation of Papua New Guinea, India's Minister of State for External Affairs, Pabitra Margarita, met the Indian diaspora. He said that they are playing a pivotal role in strengthening the partnership. India's Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the second National Conference of Anti-Narcotics Task Force Heads of States and Union Territories on Tuesday. Addressing the gathering, Home Minister Shah said that it is very important to save our young generation from drugs. The warriors of Trishakti Corps of the Indian Army showcased exceptional endurance in Sikkim's rugged terrain, carrying full battle loads for 6 days and nights. The exercise highlights the unwavering spirit of India's armed forces. In a major success against Maoists, a joint team of 208 Cobra Battalion, CRPF and Chhattisgarh Police recovered a huge stock of explosive material and weapon manufacturing equipment in the Kanchala forest area. The annual India-US military exercise Yudh Abhyas 2025 wrapped up in Alaska after 2 weeks of intensive joint training, strengthening defense cooperation between the Indian Army and the US Army. A special yoga session was held on deck aboard the INS Kadmat to promote health and cultural exchange, particularly in Port Moresby during the celebration of Papua New Guinea's 50th independence anniversary. 5 Bangladeshi students of National Institute of Technology, Silchar, have been suspended for involvement in violent clashes in the campus. The director ruled out involvement of any Indian students in the incident. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla addressed the inaugural session of the International Conference on Faith and Future, integrating AI with spirituality. The speaker highlighted that the purpose of technology should always be to serve humanity, not to control it. India's Culture and Tourism Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat has announced that over 1,300 gifts received by Prime Minister Narendra Modi will go under the hammer from Tuesday in an online auction. Proceeds from the auction will fund the key government initiative, Namami Gange Mission. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta inaugurates Apollo Athena, Asia's first dedicated cancer centre for women in New Delhi's Defence Colony. The Chief Minister said that the hospital is a milestone in the women's healthcare sector. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi attended the 89th International Electrotechnical Commission in this Electrochemical Commission General meeting in New Delhi. The event focuses on standardization in electrotechnology with discussions of future directions and innovations. Prime Minister's office on Tuesday shared an article by Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia. The article read that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas is visible in daily realities. The minister highlighted that turning Bharat's machinery from promising to delivering and shaping the path to developed India, Viksit Bharat, by 2047. Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha on Monday attended the closing ceremony of Jasn-e-Dal, a water sports event organised by Jammu and Kashmir Police. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis chaired a crucial meeting on developing a comprehensive cancer treatment policy for the state of Maharashtra. He ensured that cancer care facilities are accessible across all districts of the state. South Indian state of Kerala has reported a new cluster of primary amoebic meningoencephalitis cases in August-September 2025 caused by the Naegleria fowleri amoeba. The disease leads to severe brain inflammation and can be fatal. On to business news now. Indian equity indices ended on a strong note with Nifty above 25,200 mark on Tuesday. At close, Nifty was up 170 points at 25,239. Sensex at the BSE was up 595 points at 82,381. Indian rupee ended with 16 paise gain at 88 rupees 5 paise against the dollar on Tuesday. Gold futures maturing on October 3rd were priced at 1,10,597 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for December 5th maturity stood at 1,29,755 rupees per kilo on the MCX. The price of gold has reached a record high in Nepal on Tuesday. The price of gold reached 217,100 rupees per 10 grams and silver reached 2,595 NPR per 10 grams. Worldwide, gold prices hit a record high of $3,685.39 per ounce on Monday, driven by a weaker US dollar and falling treasury yields. India's Income Tax Department has further extended the ITR filing deadline for the financial year 2025-26 to 16 September 2025. India has exported its first ever organic tea shipment from West Bengal to Taiwan, marking a major milestone in agricultural trade. Google announced that it will invest €5 billion in the UK over the next 2 years to help power the country's AI drive. The announcement came ahead of US President Donald Trump to the UK. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. He arrived in Doha on Tuesday to attend the Arabic Islamic Summit. The joint statement called for a meeting to be held in Doha to discuss further steps to ensure that the safety and the joint security of the GCC countries is addressed. Giving his court testimony on Tuesday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel has launched a significant operation in Gaza. Netanyahu is on trial over a separate series of corruption charges, which he denies. A United Nations Commission of Inquiry concluded its probe on Tuesday on Israel operations in Gaza, blaming Israel's PM Netanyahu and other top officials of incitement. Israel categorically rejected the report, with the Foreign Ministry describing it as distorted and false, calling for the immediate abolition of this Commission of Inquiry. Ukraine on Tuesday said that one person was killed and at least 13 injured in the recent Russian strike on Zaporizhzhia region of the country. Several buildings and vehicles were heavily damaged. US President Donald Trump announced a new military strike on a boat carrying alleged drug traffickers in the Caribbean on Monday that resulted in the killing of 3. The Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said that recent incidents between his country and the United States are an aggression by the US, not tensions between the two countries. Donald Trump is bringing a defamation and libel $15 billion lawsuit against New York Times. Trump accused the newspaper of lying about his family business, the America First movement, MAGA, and the nation as a whole. US Federal Appeals Court ruled that Central Bank Governor Lisa Cook could remain in her role for now, with a rate-setting meeting this week after US President Donald Trump sought to fire her. President Donald Trump has endorsed ending the decades-long practice of public companies sharing their financial results once each quarter. Instead, US companies should be allowed to report earnings every 6 months. The US State Department has approved the potential sale of F-16 aircraft and related elements of logistics and program support to Peru in a deal valued at an estimated $3.42 billion. Thousands attended a vigil for Charlie Kirk held at Arizona State University on Monday. Kirk was an ally of US President Donald Trump and was killed by a single rifle shot during an event at the Utah Valley University. NATO's Arctic Light 2025 military exercise underway off the coast of Greenland with over 550 soldiers from Denmark, France, Germany, Sweden and Norway. It features the Danish frigate HDMS Niels Jewel, F-16 jets, EH-101 helicopters and special forces. Taiwan's Defense Ministry on Tuesday launched its newly updated Civil Defense Handbook to prepare people for crisis as China views the island as its own territory. Newly appointed Home Minister of Nepal, Om Prakash Aryal, has said that the formation of the incumbent government aims to conduct the election in a free and impartial atmosphere. Polls opened in Malawi on Tuesday in an election pitting President Lazarus Chakwera against his predecessor Peter Mutharika. Malawi faced economic stagnation since 2020, with inflation over 20% for more than 3 years. US Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appointed 5 new members to the revamped advisory panel that advises the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on vaccine policy. Sri Lanka's Health and Mass Media Minister Nalinda Jayatissa announced that the ministry is planning health and wellness centres called Arogya based on Indian primary healthcare system. Australia urged social media platforms to employ minimally invasive methods to check the age of users covered by its world-first teen social media ban starting from December. So we are heading for a short break here on Express News. We will be back in just a bit. Stay tuned to DD India.
This week on Defense Dynamics, we decode HAL's bold gamble. Can the Sitara trainer transform into a combat fighter? We explain the Great Nicobar project, India's mega push at the Malacca Gateway. We reveal STAR, the supersonic target shaping India's missile mastery. We analyze the B-21 Raider, America's futuristic 6th-gen stealth bomber. Stay tuned for more updates this Wednesday at 8 p.m. IST only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's resume. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami on Tuesday conducted an on-site inspection of disaster-affected areas. Heavy rainfall in Dehradun caused extensive damage to homes and government properties. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah have assured that the central government pledged support for every relief and recovery effort in the state. Teams of the NDRF and SDRF have started the rescue operations in Dehradun as cloudbursts in the area led to heavy flooding. According to the IMD, a red alert has been issued for Dehradun and parts of Tehri Garhwal with warning of intense thunderstorms, lightning and heavy rainfall. In Uttarakhand's Tehri district, relentless monsoon rain has caused the Song River to flood, washing away homes. In Rudraprayag, continuous rain on Monday night damaged the Kedarnath highway near Banswara. A separate bridge on the Dehradun-Haridwar National Highway was also damaged near Fun Valley due to heavy rainfall. In Uttarakhand's Rishikesh, the water level of the Chandrabhaga river has risen significantly, raising concerns among locals and authorities. Flash floods caused by early morning rain in Uttarakhand's Vikasnagar on Tuesday have resulted in casualties in the Asan River near Jhajra and Sabhawala areas. An overnight cloudburst caused severe flash floods in Dharampur, Mandi, leading to the bus stand being submerged and numerous vehicles getting washed away. Due to heavy overnight rain, the Sirkhad River in Bilaspur's Ghumarvi subdivision overflowed. The floodwaters submerged a fairground and stadium, causing major damage. American designer Tory Burch unveiled his Spring 2026 collection at the New York Fashion Week on Monday, showcasing a line inspired by the complexity of women with moody hues, vibrant spring shades and a mix of chic pantsuits. A new AI-based study analyzing satellite imagery has revised the estimated wildebeest population in Africa's Great Migration to under 600,000, nearly half the long-held aerial survey figure of 1.3 million. Thailand is set to remove the red-whiskered bulbul from its protected wildlife list, reclassifying the popular songbird as an economic species under strict regulations to safeguard wild populations. Bogota, in partnership with Universidad Antonio Nariño, has launched a large-scale sterilization program that has already reduced pigeon numbers by 70% in key areas like Bolivar Square, aiming to manage urban wildlife and address public health risks. Kota in Rajasthan is set to create history this Dussehra with a 215-foot-tall Ravana effigy built using 10 tons of steel and 1,500 bamboo pieces. The Demon King's idol features a remote-controlled combustion system, LED-lit crown and a velvet attire with golden jewellery. The first Kumaon car rally was flagged off from Bareilly on Monday, organised by the Indian Army with Yellow Motorsports. The 8-day event will pass through Pithoragarh and conclude in Nainital, promoting youth inspiration and village development. Riyadh celebrated Hindi Divas at the Indian Embassy, bringing together Saudi nationals and Indian school students. The event featured Hindi speeches and songs by Saudi participants and performances by students. It highlighted the richness and diversity of the Hindi language. Hanoi has been ranked second on Time Out magazine's list of Asia's top 10 street food destinations. The UK-based publication praised the city's culinary scene for its unique blend of tradition and modernity. Hanoi continues to attract food lovers with its vibrant street food culture. The Jozenji Street Jazz Festival is underway in Sendai, northeastern Japan. The two-day event began on Saturday with a parade of performers dancing to the rhythm of African drums. The festival showcases a vibrant mix of music, dance and street performances. The World Black Pudding Throwing Championships took place in England's Ramsbottom and Lancashire. Participants hurled black puddings at giant Yorkshire puddings in a quirky contest, blending history and humour. On Monday, a traditional sumo dance dedicated to Shinto gods was performed by locals at Suwa Taisha Shrine in Nagano Prefecture in Japan. The dance features rare chest-beating gestures said to symbolize the defensive and offensive aspects of sumo. Excavations at Adiyaman's historic Turus rock tombs are uncovering burial chambers with unique reliefs. Since 2021, 40 tombs have been cleared, with 8 more cleaned in the latest work. Prince Edward unveiled a plaque at Papua New Guinea's new National Courthouse in Port Moresby during the 50th Independence Day celebrations on Tuesday. On Monday, Claudia Sheinbaum became the first woman to lead Mexico's Independence Day ceremony, delivering the Grito de Dolores from the National Palace. She honored national heroes and celebrated freedom, justice and inclusivity. Chinese authorities have authenticated a Qin dynasty engraved stone on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, the only one preserved at its original highest altitude site. On to entertainment news now. The poster of Punjabi film Viva Kartareda starring Jippy Garewal and Nimrat Khaira has been unveiled. The film will hit theatres on the 27th of February next year. The trailer of Bollywood film Sunny Sanskriti Ki Tulsi Kumari starring Varun Dhawan and Janhvi Kapoor has been released, and the film will hit theatres on the occasion of Dussehra, 2nd of October. The upcoming Tollywood film Jatadhara starring Sudhir Babu and Sonakshi Sinha is slated to arrive in cinemas on the 7th of November in Hindi and Telugu. Mirai, a Telugu fantasy action adventure starring Teja Sajja and Manchu Manoj, has crossed the 50 crore rupee mark in just 4 days. The film has earned over 80 crore rupees worldwide in its opening weekend. The first trailer of Spying Stars, the latest film by Cannes-winning Sri Lankan filmmaker Vimukthi Jayasundara, has been released ahead of its world premiere at the 30th Busan International Film Festival. Hollywood star Bruce Dern, known for Nebraska and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is set to feature in the coming-of-age drama All Day, Happy Dance. British producer David Putnam, known for films like Chariots of Fire, The Killing Fields and The Mission, will be honoured with the inaugural Industry Lifetime Achievement Award at the 20th Rome Film Festival. Singer Demi Lovato has announced her 9th album, It's Not That Deep. The album will release on 24th of October. Japanese anime film Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which released on 12th of September, crossed over 38 crore rupees at the box office. Brazil has selected the 70s set thriller The Secret Agent, starring Wagner Moura and directed by Kleber Mendonça Filho, as its official entry for the Best International Feature Film category at the 98th Academy Awards. Indian skater Anand Kumar Velkumar created history by winning the first ever gold medal in the World Championships. Prime Minister Modi has showered praise on the athlete. The International Cricket Council has formally turned down the Pakistan Cricket Board's request to remove match referee Andy Pycroft during the ongoing Asia Cup. UAE overwhelmed Oman by 42 runs, keeping their hopes of advancing to the Super 4 alive. Wasim anchored the innings with a patient 69 off 54 balls. India have secured a spot in the Super 4 stage of the Asia Cup following UAE's 42-run win over Oman. Sri Lanka beat Hong Kong by 4 wickets in their Asia Cup match. Opener Pathum Nissanka struck 68 for Islanders. Bangladesh will face Afghanistan in a crucial Group B encounter of the Asia Cup today. Both teams are eyeing a spot in the top 4, making this match very important. Indian Grandmaster R. Vaishali defended her FIDE Women's Grand Swiss title, also sealed her place in the Women's Candidates Tournament 2026. Dutch Grandmaster Anish Gire clinched the FIDE Grand Swiss in Uzbekistan. He topped a strong field to book his berth in the 2026 Candidates Tournament. Armando Duplantis broke his own world record at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. The Swede cleared 6.30 meters to win his 3rd straight outdoor world title. Duplantis' victory in Japan represents his 3rd consecutive outdoor world championships gold. The 25-year-old has now claimed the past 8 global men's pole vault gold medals on offer. Real Madrid begin their bid for the 16th European Cup at home to Marseille. Coach Xabi Alonso said Kylian Mbappe is valued as a leader and not under pressure to deliver. Juventus will open their Champions League campaign against Borussia Dortmund. Coach Igor Tudor has urged players to stay grounded after a 4-3 win over Inter Milan. Tottenham Hotspur host Villarreal in their Champions League opener. Spurs return to Europe's top tier after winning the Europa League last season. Sheffield United have reappointed Chris Wilder as manager for the third time. He replaces Ruben Celis after the club failed to secure Premier League promotion. And Italian skier Matteo Franzoso has died following a training crash in Chile, suffering a head injury in a collision with a fence in La Parva. So that's it in this edition of Express News. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.